How to identify the signs that you have attitude issues. Having a bad attitude can severely impact the quality of your relationships, work life, and overall well-being. It's important to recognize when you have an attitude problem and make the necessary changes in order to lead a healthier, happier life. Here are the top 10 signs that may indicate that you have attitude issues. Sign number 1. You make excuses for everything. People with attitude issues tend to make excuses for their behavior or the lack of progress they're making toward their goals. Instead of accepting responsibility for any mistakes they make and learning from them, they blame others or external factors for their misfortunes and shortcomings. Sign number 2. You refuse to admit when you're wrong. It takes strength to admit when you've made a mistake and apologize for it, which is something that people with attitude problems often struggle with doing. They usually don't want to be held accountable for their actions. They will go out of their way to avoid admitting fault or apologizing, even if it means being dishonest or creating more conflict in the process. Sign number 3. You blame others for your problems. Someone with an attitude problem is quick to point fingers at others when things don't go their way, instead of looking inward and examining how their behavior might contribute to any issues at hand. This type of behavior can create tension between you and those around you, and prevent you from resolving conflicts efficiently or effectively because you refuse to take responsibility. Sign number 4. You get defensive easily. When someone expresses constructive criticism or points out mistakes that have been made, those with an attitude issue will often react defensively instead of trying to understand where the other person is coming from, and seeing how it could help them improve in the future. This type of behavior prevents them from growing as individuals, because they are not willing to listen to what others say to better themselves. Sign number 5. You avoid accepting responsibility. People who have an attitude issue often try to shift responsibility onto others rather than taking ownership over their actions or decisions, even if they were directly involved in causing any negative outcomes that resulted from them. They may also seek sympathy from those around them instead of owning up to any mistakes they have made on their own behalf, which can further complicate matters in many cases as well as hinder personal growth in the long run. Sign number 6. You engage in unproductive arguments. People with attitude problems are inclined towards engaging in arguments without considering how unproductive these conversations may be in the long run, due to their refusal to accept fault and recognize where improvement needs to be made, in a conflict situation. Sign number 7. You refuse to compromise. Those with attitude issues are reluctant when it comes time for compromise, which can prevent progress when working through conflicts with those around them. Sign number 8. You have a hard time letting go of grudges. Holding on to grudges prevents us from moving forward. Sign number 9. You don't react well to feedback. People with an attitude problem usually negatively respond whenever feedback is presented. Sign number 10. You refuse to take constructive criticism. Constructive criticism provides us with valuable insights into our own performance so we can grow professionally while also offering helpful suggestions on how we can improve ourselves going forward, which is why refusing this kind of advice could indicate underlying attitude issues present within ourselves. Invest time to recognize these signs and take actionable steps for overall well-being. Recognizing an attitude problem is essential to keep our relationships, work lives, and overall well-being healthy over time. Since having a negative outlook on life affects all aspects of our lives by preventing us from accepting input provided by those around us who are only trying to help us become better individuals. If any one of these, or multiple of these signs resonate with you, it might be wise to invest some time into understanding why this might be so and take actionable steps toward improving your current outlook on life. Remember, there is always room to improve your attitude to make your life better. So, stay happy and make people happy around you. If you want to discover more about yourself, please subscribe, like, share and hit the bell icon.